Hi everybody, this arrived from France this morning and I'm really excited to share this unboxing with you because I think, if I remember correctly, the only thing I ordered from France is the facsimile of the tarot Vieville from SIVILIXI. So I've mentioned briefly in a couple of videos that there is this tarot that I'm currently very fascinated about called Tarot de Jacques Vieville, and the one that I've ordered is majors only and a restoration or a cleaned up version that was done by Fleur. And then I got wind of a full deck, 78 cards, reproduction, an exact copy of the one in the National Library of France, of Paris, I think. Paris? In Paris, anyway. And also a book in English, and of this very, talking a little bit about this very unique tarot. So, and they're having a special book and deck set plus another deck, I think it's a Paris tarot, for a discounted price. So I thought, shipping to New Zealand is very expensive, and if I have any inkling that I might want something in the future, it's actually better to ship them together if you are buying them from the same place. I don't usually do unboxing because I'm really clumsy, and as you can see, I'm not very well set up for it. This distance actually too close for my liking, but I can't set up the camera any further back, and I can't really set this up any further forward. This cutting mat underneath, because I'm very fond of this table, and I'm very nervous about my skills when it involves sharp implements. So let's do this. This will be an unboxing as well as a first impression, hopefully. I will not review this. I will review and compare and contrast and all that on a separate video. So this will probably just be show and tell as well as a first impression, I suppose. I don't know. I don't know what you call it. I suppose I'm a little fussed about what I call my videos because people come in with an expectation, and when their expectation's not met because they're looking for a review, and what I have is not actually a review. A couple of them got a bit aggressive, so you know how these things are. I think we call them trolls, don't we? So anyway, so let's go back to, okay, I'm gonna put this down. I may have to edit this to just spare you from the boredom of watching me struggle. Which is why, as I said, I really don't generally do unboxing videos. Okay, I've got to pause just now, and I think I'm going to have to turn this off, this handle here, because it's just a little bit of a health and safety hazard. So, as I said, I would, let me show you. So, yeah, unboxing video will not be my specialty. I think maybe first impression maybe is, there it is. I'm just holding with my other hand, so there it is, there it is. Okay. I am going to put this aside for now. That is Tarot de Paris. Tarot de Paris. So we'll revisit that some other time, but for now, we'll focus on this one here. Okay, so here it is, Tarot de Vieville. I hope that's the correct way to pronounce it. If any of you speak French, please let me know if I have gotten that correctly, the pronunciation, that is. Okay, so this is less than a smooth unboxing because I feel quite nervous. I generally just do a first impression videos in lieu of unboxing because I am extremely clumsy. So this is like so, This is the English book. I actually expect this to be bigger. I don't know why. I first heard about this particular book by this particular author from Christine and Celeste. Christine and Celeste. Hers is, of course, the French book. When I first saw that video, I wasn't prepared to return to the old historical French text, so I bookmarked it, and finally when I was ready I revisited it. And at the time, I'm not quite sure whether it has always been available in English or whether this has just recently been available in English. I'm not sure, but I am ever so glad. But I remember the name that she mentioned, and it looks exactly like this as her copy, but in French. And so I will go through this in a proper walkthrough. So for now, let's just take a look at the deck itself. So I have removed my cutting mat too soon, I think, because I really do not like using sharp implements on this particular table. I'm very, very fond of this table. This table means a lot to me. So again, I may have to edit this out because I don't know whether the unboxing itself is the fun part or whether the reaction, you know, of the people who receive the things that generally delight us. So I'm thinking first impression might be sufficiently delightful for all of us. Where's the camera? Okay, where's the lens? I'm going to have to remove this very quickly. I'll put that aside for now. More wrapping. Okay. No, it's not. That's good. So it's just this sort of thing here. Oops. Let me put that aside. The box really sturdy. It's really good. It has that sort of cloth linen texture there, as you can see. Really sturdy. This is something, this kind of contraption is something I'm very conflicted about, but it does keep the deck from flopping about in there. So that's tempers on the cover. As you can see, it's that's the original image, and the one that I've been playing with is this cleaned up version by Fleur Noir. There it is. The Fleur Noir edition included the one that faces the quote-unquote original direction, this one here, and you can see the lettering here is completely back to front or mirror image, and so there it is. So we'll do we'll do a proper walkthrough in a separate video, and comparing this with this edition for sure will be part of that. Sorry if I'm repeating myself, but for now let's focus on this one here. Edition Civilixi France. Tarot by Jacques Vieville, master card maker in Paris from 1643 until 1664. Facsimile of a deck of cards preserved in the French National Library. 78 cards and 2 additional presentation cards in French and in English. I believe it says the same thing in French over on the other side. The 2 of coins on one side, temperance over here, that over there, and so that's the box. We'll put that aside. Let's take a look at the cards. Okay. Right. The cardstock is beautiful. It's very much like the Fleur Noir. It's thick. It's waxy smooth without being sticky shiny. So all that, is that mirror image as well? I'm not, no it's not. Okay. Jacques Vieville, Paris. Starts, okay, so starts with 3 of coins. 2 of coins. Alright, okay. 1, 2, 3. There is a really good video of him comparing this to the original. Very detailed comparison. I'll link that video below. He does it both. He did it both in English and in French. So, so as you can see, the back. Let me have a look at the back. I wonder if the back is original as well. So I will definitely investigate, because this one looked like it's been zoomed in. So that's Fleur Noir's. And it's completely pointy. Well, this one here is just slightly rounded. So I'll skip the, sometimes I find it really intriguing with all these very old, you get the impression, well, I don't know, sometimes I wonder if the person who does the job is a bit drunk or a bit high or something, because they look like they've just been, you know, slapped around, don't you think? Like sort of randomly just slapped on. And I guess that's partially why they're so charming, but I do always wonder. So we have the quartz there, and then we have, start with the magician there. Eight. Justice is 7. Strength is 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. Moon. That's the moon. So these are the two. That's quite unique to this deck, I believe, as well as the hangman. That's the right way up, or no, actually he's upside down, but so he becomes the right way, you know, that's the hangman there. And this one is the basis of the Rider Waite Smith depiction of the sun. Apparently Pamela Coleman Smith was inspired by this particular sun. 19, 20, 21. I believe it's a male figure. That's a halo. The 4 beasts of the gospel, the angel, the eagle, is that right? Eagle or hawk? Lion, and the ox. And then the fool, or the mad one. I found the concept of the fool as the mad one to be very, very fascinating, and I rather like it. And then it has this this one in French. Let's read this out. The Jacques Vieville Tarot, made in Paris circa 1650 and conserved in Bibliothèque Nationale of France, is a rare example of a complete tarot deck of the 17th century. Henri René d'Allemange, I don't know how to read that. I'll have to Google that. In his book, Le Card blah 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 blah, playing cards of the 19th to 20th century, tells us that Jacques Vieville was a master card maker who was active in Paris between the years 1643 and 1664. This reproduction respects the colors, dimensions, and proportions in all the details of the original. This new edition is made for Civilixi Editions by Patrick Koch. Do I pronounce that Koch or Koch or Koch? Author of the book, la-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da, The Mysteries of the Tarot of Vieville, Decoding an Esoteric Tarot of the 17th Century. For more information, go to www.editions-civilixi.com. So I'm not quite sure what to expect with the book. I personally am hoping for it to be more of a historical account. However, it sounded like it's going to be more on the esoteric side, just judging from, let's have a look at what it says there again. The new edition is made for, so this one here, the book is made for SIVILIXI by Patrick, this person here. Oh, that's not actually a last name. Is that C or Q, some kind of title of some kind? Please feel free to let me know down in the comment section. And so he is the author of the book, which is called The Mysteries of Tarot of Vieville, Decoding an Esoteric Tarot of the 17th Century. I don't know, you can't really tell by the title. Sometimes they give you one impression and in reality it's something else. So that's the table of content. Why the tarot? Why choose the Jacques Vieville Tarot? The accuracy of representation, meaningful details, 7-card spread, surrounding cards, multiple meaning, reverse, 1-card draw, understanding minor arcana. Blah. So this would be something at the moment I'm least interested in, because until I understand what I'm looking at, I probably won't go into this. This one here, I don't know. I haven't made up my mind yet. First edition, translated from French by Anne O'Donnell. Forward. The interpretation of the Vieville Tarot are based on my book, The Mysteries of the Vieville Tarot, an attempt at decryption of an esoteric tarot from the 17th century. The first volume is dedicated to the 22 major arcana, and the second to the 56 minor arcana. This little book on the interpretation of the Vieville Tarot is the exact opposite of these two works, because it is a short analytical synthesis of the 78 arcana, functional and practical, but nevertheless related to the spiritual essence of the tarot. Indeed, the latter teaches us that matter cannot exist without spirit, and for this reason, this little study has sought to maintain and to reveal as much as possible the link where heaven joins earth. The two volumes of the book, The Mysteries of the Vieville Tarot, available only in French, are complementary to this interpretation. These 2 volumes will enable the solicitous students to perfect his knowledge and understanding of this tarot, to understand its encryption mechanisms, the myths attached to it, and finally to grasp the spiritual message and thus give even deeper analysis of the draws. Why the tarot? And then it has why choose the Jacques Vieville Tarot. Why? Can a significant interpretation of the minor arcana be given with the modern tarot cards that we have today? The answer seems to be no, since the majority of people who practice tarot reading use only the 22 major arcana. Interesting. So obviously he's speaking of the French tradition of only reading the major arcana that Christine was talking about. What then can be the reason for the loss of interest in the 56 minor arcane? Quite simply, a loss of meaning. If you compare carefully contemporary tarot cards with those of Jacques Vieville, the difference is striking. Modern cards have deleted most of the details that contributed to the richness of the old cards. The result is that we are left with schematic stripped arcana that have become indecipherable. Hence, it can be said that the minor arcana of modern tarot cards are sterile. This is not the case with the Vieville Tarot. Here, a wide variety of details given a coherent whole that can be understood if the keys for understanding and decryption are applied. So the arcana then actually mean something. They become alive. So that's obviously is talking about it from a very French perspective. talking about the minor being, oops, excuse me. So, yeah, actually the book might not be quite what I was hoping for. There's a lot of technique, and I want history and stories and thoughts about, so there it is, 3 of Coins, creativity. It might be an interesting little handbook for revisiting the minors, though, for the Marseille, for gestation in matter 5, 6 of Coins, accumulation of energy, 7, divine impulse of the desire to exist in matter, existential thirst, 8 of Coins, individual in the sequencing of causes and effects, 9 of Coins, creativity faced with complexity, 10 of Coins, the power of the attractor center magnetic, meaning with the big leaf with double veins on the right at the bottom of the card. Okay, so that's very descriptive. Yeah. Okay, well, I'll leave that for now to ponder further. It just doesn't look on first impression that this is the kind of book that I was hoping for, but it could be useful in other ways that I might not have expected. Like the Ten of Swords here, it says the Ten of Swords represents splitting, division, separation. It is the expression of the great difficulties in relationships among men, broken harmony. Through the action of cross swords, the duel as a way of settling, of solving conflict. It is the bitter fight where possibilities of negotiation are extremely reduced as long as the opposition is in its final stage. By extension, it is also the solution to the problem. Harmony through conflict is the key word for the Ten of Swords. So this might be a good guide just to, I don't know, even though this is very particular to the Vieville Tarot, I'm wondering this might be useful to approach the other kind of decks as well. Yeah. So I'll leave you guys there for now. So that is the Tarot de Vieville by Civilixi. Bye.